Alrighty, I'd like to call the regularly scheduled agenda, meeting for the Village of McBride for April 14th of 2015 to order. First order of business is approval of the agenda. Move to approve by Sharon, seconded by Edie.
You betcha.
All in favor? Carried. Reading and approving of the minutes, the regularly scheduled meeting on March 24th, 2015 on page 5, and the special meeting on April 7th on page 7. Move to accept?
Yep.
Sharon, Edie?
Switches around.
Okay. Any errors or omissions? Hearing none, call the question, all in favor? Carried. Next item on the agenda is the introduction of late items, if any. Today we have the addition of the financial statements under item 11D. So we'll move it down to the bottom. Okay. So moved by Sharon, seconded by Edie again.
Sure.
All in favor?
Yep.
Carried. Delegations, we have none. Public questions as on the agenda as per the sign-up sheet. Edie, can you grab the sign-up sheet there for me? I know there's one.
Yeah.
Thank you. Brad, you want to come forward? Brad Cope, speak to the zoning amendment bylaws on CCANs?
Okay, you want to do that now? First?
Yeah.
Sure. I'm not sure if, when I looked at the agenda, the purpose here is tonight for council was to pass the bylaw or not. If you with a third reading, I was unsure of that, so I got a copy of that. But I just wanted to urge council to consider, I guess it would be on the recommendations on page 38 in your packages, I guess 2A, the amendment to the proposed bylaw reducing the zones where CCANs may be permitted along with clarification of screening and removal of foundations.
Sorry, which section was that, Brad?
It's on page 38 of your package.
Okay.
And recommendations, about halfway down 2A.
Okay, got it.
I would encourage you to go that route. I mean, if you go back to the background document that I guess Gord Simmons did on October 15th, 2014, and I'll just read the one paragraph there. He said that although these used CCANs can be set, or pardon me, can be set on foundations and faced with residential type materials, typically users place them on their property in areas that are truck accessible and do not do any alterations to make them attractive or to fit into a residential neighborhood. A number of municipal jurisdictions have developed some restrictions and regulations in their zoning bylaws to control the use of CCANs. So essentially all I'm asking is that council consider not having these CCANs in residential areas, in industrial areas only.
Anything else, Brad?
No, I think that's it. I think I got my point across, hopefully.
Thank you,
Okay, we'll
Brad.
take that into consideration, Brad.
Okay, you have no questions for me? Okay, good, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Brad.
So moving on to number 5, unfinished business. Item A, grant applications, the Strategic Priorities Fund for the McBride Peak and Tier Mountain Bike Trail Network has been prepared and it was sent in today. The Dominion Creek Water Intake Replacement Grant application was also submitted today, so we can take them off unfinished business because they are done.
Okay, good.
And we'll wait to hear. The next one, we still have the Whistle Stop Gallery Society sign. Public Works, we have a report from them. They have the dip in the deck has been repaired, And welder will be installing flag brackets by the end of April, and as to assign, a meeting will be arranged with Daniel Allen, ALAN, just for your information, for the location of and that's the Golden Raven sign, I believe. So moving on to reports, Mayor Martin, oh, okay, I guess that's me. There's my reports. Well, I've had a very, very, very busy couple weeks. Here they are, and that one. So on March 26th, I attended the benefit for the locals who lost everything in the trailer fire. It was well attended, and I want to thank everyone who attended and participated in the event and donated for the cause. I know it's appreciated by Tina and Kevin. I also attended a community forest meeting. What's that?
Calvin.
Calvin. I knew I was going to get that one wrong. I also attended a community forest meeting on the 26th. On March 28th, I attended a meeting with two members, one from the library, one from the museum, to discuss forming a committee to move the group forward. On March 29th, I stopped by the curling rink at the Loggers Bondsfield. It was good to see all the improvements with the video, and that you can now see both ends of the ice. And it was a well-attended event. I'm sure the chamber is very happy with it. On March 31st, I attended Dr. Jackson's farewell at the educational conference room in the hospital. That event was also well attended, and I wish Mike and Barb both the very best, and I understand might be back in September. On March 31st, I can't remember if I attended a community forest meeting. We changed it so many times. On April 1st, I met with Shirley Bond and attended the awarding of the grant monies to purchase the gas detector with the fire hall. I attended a meeting with the Library Museum group to discuss the committee and moving forward. I chaired the MCFC public meeting. The next public meeting is actually scheduled for June, so info will be posted shortly on that. On April 2nd, I viewed the dump site with the public works staff. That later became an article in the paper, and I'll be following up on that article. Over Easter, I took a couple of days downtime to visit with family and play with the grandchildren. On Tuesday, April 7th, it was the first day of our new CAO, Bob LaFleur. We will be giving a press release out. The mayor and council are pleased to announce the appointment of Mr. Robert LaFleur as the interim CAO for the village of McBride. Bob was sworn in as the corporate and financial officer in a special meeting of council on Monday, April 7th. Over the next several months, Bob will work with council to complete this year's budget and numerous reporting processes. He will assist council in hiring a new CAO and deputy. As well as assisting council, Bob will attend to the day-to-day activities of the village and will assist in the start of the by-election process. Bob is very familiar with our area, and he brings over 40 years' experience in municipal governance. He comes highly recommended, and council looks forward to working with him. And also on April 7th, I attended a meeting with Kelty Carmichael at the hospital regarding the naming of the conference educational room after Dr. Coburn in his honor. We're happy to report that the application has been received and will be discussed at Northern Health's next board meeting held in May. Other than that, they don't meet till September, so we wanted to do it sooner rather than later. On April 8th, council attended their first meeting with CLAC, who represents village staff. On April 10th, I had a meeting with Bob and the accountants to review the draft of the 2014 financial statements, and met with Bob actually several times over this past week and today to go over various items to do with village business. So that's my report. Councillor Ralph is not feeling well, so he will not be here. Councillor Reichardt, you're up next.
Stole half of mine.
You attend a lot of the same meetings.
Yes. I wanted to welcome Bob to the community, even though it's for a short time, but so far I think it's a great fit. March 26th, I attended the fundraiser for the local people as well who lost their home. It was great to see so many people from our community who came up to support them. That was great. The 27th of March, I spent some time at the curling rink. I was volunteering selling tickets. That was a lot of fun. The 28th, we had MCFC meeting as well as on the 31st. April 1st, I was with Shirley Bond. We attended the fire hall. And she informed Dave Ruby that he would be getting a gas detection meter that he requested, which I think was great news. I was really happy about that. April 7th, attended a special meeting of council to have Bob officially sworn in. April 8th, we met with the union rep. I think that went really good. April 10th, we met with the accountants and went over the audit. And that's it for me, I think.
Wait, I have nothing to say. For once. Again, I love Bob being in our little group, and he's been very informative already, and I thank you for that. Of course, I was at these meetings. Sharon and I have been working on the MCFC grants, hope to have that finalized. One that's not on your agenda, I went to the open gate meeting, and they are busy working on the work bee gathering that's going to be held on April 22nd, 10 to 3. May the weather be with them. And they are looking for volunteers with or without tools, and just stop by and see how it's going. I know that people are starting to gear up for the Pioneer Days, which is just around the corner. And that's about all I have this time.
Administration?
No report at the time. I would just like to thank council for their kind words and let the people know here that I'm going to give it my best effort, and we're moving forward, and we'll get through all the things that need doing, I can promise you that.
Thank you, Bob.
Alrighty, so moving on to correspondence requiring action. We have a letter from the Scotia Group requesting the closure of 3rd Avenue to accommodate the Children's Hospital barbecue on May 15th. And they've requested that members of council consider a volunteer shift, a half an hour from 11 to 2. That's on page 32 of your agenda.
What's the time of that? Oh, from 11 to 2, right?
11
Okay.
to 2.
I already have them marked in on my calendar, so I'll volunteer. So if you guys are up for it, that would be great.
Okay.
And then we'll send them a note, so if you're, check your planners, and if you're available, let us know right away, and then we can follow up with them and let them know that you're coming. We also have, where is it? There it is.
What is
A schedule to fill out. Alrighty, so are we in, I need a mover and a seconder on completing the application for the village, what's that? That's for village contributions. That's not the right one.
A resolution approving the closure of 3rd Avenue.
Why don't I have
That's
that
all
here?
you really need on your resolution, and then I can contact them if there's anyone that wants to volunteer their time.
Okay,
Okay.
Yes.
Thank
so,
you.
I do work that day, but I'm sure I can probably speak something.
okay. So we need a resolution, sorry, can you repeat that, Bob?
For the closure of 3rd Avenue
The closure of 3rd Avenue
on May 15th.
on May 15th from 11 to 2 p.m. We'll probably have to do it a bit earlier. Moved by Sharon, seconded by Edie.
Most certainly.
All in favor? Carried. The second item under correspondence requiring action is a letter from the McBride Royal Purple Lodge requesting council's consideration of a grant and aid in the amount of $250 to subsidize the cost of repair of the concession used for Pioneer Days. And that's the mobile one.
Oh, yeah.
So can I have a mover and a seconder on that one?
I'll second.
Moved by Edie, seconded by Sharon. All in favor? Carried. Okay, so on to the information only section, between pages 34 to 36 on your agenda. Any questions or comments on that? No? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on. We have no outgoing correspondence at this time, and we have no resolutions at this time. So we'll move on to bylaws, permits, and policies. Item A, the zoning amendment bylaw 755, which is the CCAN's report attached. on page 37 from the approving officer, Gord Simmons. Gord has requested, let me just find that, page 37. Should probably rip this apart while I'm doing it. Gord has asked that council give direction on this matter. Options include reduce the number of zones where the secans can be permitted, remove foundation requirements for secans, but leave accessory building setbacks, and 3 is include more directions on the method of screening. The recommendation is that we receive the report and direct the acting CAO to obtain and present container bylaw information from other communities for further discussion and recommendation. So moved by Edie,
Yes.
seconded by Sharon. Any other discussion?
None at this time.
Hearing none. All in favor? Carried. Moving on to the accounts payable report, we have none in this agenda. And we'll go into new business. The first order of business is the appointment of Councillor Reichart as the alternate regional district director, alternate representative on the NDI Regional Advisory Committee, and as representative on the Ominica Beetle Coalition Board. So moved by Edie. That would have to be seconded by me, wouldn't it?
Maybe seconded by anyone.
Even Sharon?
No.
That's her.
Well, it'd be more appropriate if you did.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll second. All in favor? Carried? Or do you have a lot of work to do now?
I know.
If I may, Your Worship,
That's
part of the
Keep me out of
resolution should be to rescind the appointment of the previous Councillor Callahan.
I'm just gonna do that right
Oh, you're
next.
going to do that as a separate motion?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
The next one is that we rescind all appointments of the previous Councillor Callahan, and that Councillor Reichert be appointed in his place as noted. So moved by Edie, seconded by me. All in favor? Carried. The next item on the agenda is an agreement with Miss Kelly Dundas Williams to negotiate the collective agreement. The resolution is moved and seconded that council will approve the agreement with Kelly Dundas Williams to negotiate with CLAC and to assist in the preparation of collective agreement. Moved by Edie, seconded by Sharon. Any discussion on that? All in favor? Carried. Item C is a select committee for the library museum project. The resolution is moved and seconded that the following persons be appointed to form a select committee for the library museum project. Terms of reference will be determined at the first meeting. We also need, I'll offer up myself to sit on the committee, but I'd also like another counselor. So is it,
Their meetings at night?
we could probably move the meetings tonight. We'll have to talk to Naomi about it, but night meetings you
Or on
prefer?
Fridays?
Or on Fridays, okay.
Yeah, I'd be more than happy to.
Okay, so we do Fridays or evenings. Okay. And I'll also put myself on that committee.
I would, but I don't think I'll find time.
I don't think you're gonna have
You
time.
can't do everything.
All right, so from council will appoint myself and Edie to the committee. Also appointed to the committee are Danielle Allen as the regional district representative, Joel Zahn, Glenn Foster, Tony Rikus, Steffi McLean, Fern Sanson, Marilyn Wheeler, Dawn Smith, Heather Zahn, Elsie Stanley, Jill Howard, and Naomi Bella Boudreau. So I've got can I have a mover and a seconder on that? Sharon and Edie? Any discussion or comments? No? Hearing none, call the question. All in favor? Carried. And our add-on item from earlier, moved and seconded that council adopt the 2014 Village of McBride and the McBride Community Forest Corporation financial statements as presented by the village auditors, R.H.B. Schmidt and DeGrace. Moved by Sharon, seconded by Edie. Any discussion on those? Hearing none? All in favor? Carried. And the last item is to adjourn. Move to adjourn. Ralph's not here, so Sharon's got to do it. All right, and that's it. Thanks everyone for coming out.